Hey guys, it's Ricardo here with a Coldwell Banker, Destin 38 area. I want to talk about something that was just passed into legislation by Governor Ron DeSantis. Some of you may be excited, some of you may be confused. I kind of want to touch base what's actually happening. It may not be as big of a victory as some of you think. So about 7 years ago, back in 2018, Walton County actually grandfathered in a lot of these private beach owners. And what does that mean? It means that the HOA or the communities themselves, they were doing beach nourishment on their own beach, which means that they actually do own that beach and up to that water line. So that was already been grandfathered in as of 7 years ago, right? So that's not changing. Good luck trying to get that away from the HOA, and it's already been passed to protect these owners. The likelihood of this even happening is probably slim to none, but there would need to be some sort of public announcement or public efforts to where they're going to be doing nourishment on these beaches to maybe extend the beaches from where the water line is to kind of give people a longer beach. But that's going to be a very expensive and long process. Like, it's not going to happen the next year or two, and who really knows if it's going to happen. It's more of a long shot. So this is the reality now for the beaches on 30A, and more specifically for 30A. And if you want to know where the public beach access points in 30A are, feel free to connect with me. I have every single access point. That way, if you're not getting something in a private deeded beach access area, you at least know what's actually public. Because if you go to a non-public, they will kick you out. Don't even try arguing with them, because some may even call the sheriff, and it's going to become a problem on your vacation. So reach out to me if you want the public beach access, and it also has the private beach accesses too, but you'll be able to see how big they are and where you can actually be on the water line or on the dry sand. So ongoing with this measure, what do I think is going to happen? Well, if you want to own the beach, or if you want to have the beach, you may want to buy something that's golf front that has deeded beach access in a community. It seems like you got to buy the beach now to actually enjoy it, and these private areas, they're a lot bigger, the density is a lot lower, and to put it in perspective, they may be like 20-30 people in the private beach area, and on the public there may be hundreds or thousands. So the people that are coming to 30A, that are spending the money, this may encourage them to even spend more and just go for a golf front investment. That way they can actually be on a private side, not having to deal with angry people or just arguments in general. You can completely avoid that just by buying into a condo association on the water, townhome, or even single family home where they already have the deeded and HOA rights, and they're doing their own private beach nourishment and things of that nature. So now that you know that most likely on these counties, Walton, Okaloosa, whatever it is, if they already invested money in the private side between the homeowners, probably not going to be overran, and I think it's just going to take a while for the county to really nourish the beach and extend. So if you're looking at a beach that's more relaxed with this law, maybe look into Panama City Beach or Navarre Beach. It really has not been a problem there, and frankly, Destin and Miramar Beach, it can be on and off. It's not as crazy as 30A, but I just want people to know what they're getting themselves into when you're coming to Santa Rosa Beach. You got to pay what you get for. So if you want that beach, if you want to have something that's a little bit more secluded and not as crowded, go the private way, and if you have the money, it's just going to enhance your experience. So if you don't want to go that route where you're gonna pay a little bit more for the private beach access, you may want to look into like Destin, Florida, definitely Navarre, and Panama City Beach. I think those are all going to be great markets for you to visit. They're going to be about 25 to 35% cheaper on rental rates, so you're going to save money there, and you're going to get pretty much a similar establishment or beach house per se in that same area. It just won't have the same amenities or activities that 30A has, unfortunately. But if you're someone that just wants to come into a beach town, kind of enjoy yourself, things to do, bars, hang around with family, Panama City Beach is definitely going to offer that for you. I mean, it's a city, there's tons of things to do over there. But if you want something that's like more low-key, you want to be away from people, Navarre Beach may be the way to go. And honestly, the last beach that I can think of that is not having as much of a problem is Okaloosa Island. But then again, most of the times when you're buying there, it's a condo. There's really not many houses, so that problem's already kind of been avoided, just because most of these condo associations already have deeded beach accesses, or they take up that percentage on the beach already. If you guys want to connect with me and you guys are looking at making an investment, or just wanting to know like, hey, if I buy this, what can I actually use? I'd be happy to share that information, because I feel like with this law passing and rental companies and just the real estate industry in general, like unless you actually live on 30A and you see it and you can actually say, hey, these are the right things to do and these are the things to avoid, I'd be happy to connect with you, because this isn't going to change. And I believe that if you're wanting to come to 30A and you don't want to pay for the private, you may want to look at areas like Dune Allen, Shongoli, Blue Mountain Beach, Inlet Beach, and then there's going to be like camps and also campgrounds like in Grayton Beach State Park or Topsail State Park, which is going to be right next to 30A. They're going to pretty much allow you to stay there. So if you can't access like the beach access points, you'll pay like $4 or $5 per person for the entire day to kind of go to the state park. It is a really nice beach, but it's a much longer walk. So as long as you can do the walking, or you get an electric bike, the public and private thing, you know, you may have to go 3 to 5 minutes longer in distance, but when it does get really busy here, it gets insane. So in the really busy holidays, I probably want to stay at a private establishment just so there's not as many people. To put it into perspective, when I was on the private beach on the 4th of July, there was maybe 70 people within a community. The public beach right next to us, there was probably a few thousand. I mean, really cramped in, floats, everything. So next time you come to 30A or the Emerald Coast, I love to connect with you. We can go over what is a good investment, and when you buy your investment, you want to be able to know what you can use and advertise. And that's what we're here for at Coldwell Banker for 30A, and we're off the Draper J. So if you guys are looking to buy and sell in Blue Mountain, Draper J, or even Grayton Beach and Watercolor, we're literally 5 minutes away, and I actually own in one of those communities, so I can share from you from an owner perspective and actually what's going on.